Hey there. Look at the StreamYard muting this mic. I tell you what. Great day. It is Monday. Monday, September 25th, 2023. The Monday that you ain't ever even gonna get back. But here we are for the Systems Lab Live part four of the Content Operations Playbook. If you've been tuning in, I'm telling you, you've been in for a treat. I love this topic. This is a fun topic. This is a fun topic to talk about all things operations when it comes to your content. So I hope that you've been able to tune in so that you can be able to get an understanding about the operations side. Okay, the operations side of content. Welcome to the Systems Lab Live. I'm your host, Ashley Schuler. Welcome to the September 25th edition, Workflows All Around Me, Part 2. What we do every single week is we come together. We come and we join together as project leaders, as LMBs, as online business managers, as business analysts, as other project managers, whatever it is that we do, the people who are behind the scenes, making the tasks, creating the tasks, all the things in between. Okay. And we're here doing a few things. We're talking about managing projects, leading teams, and developing efficient processes. At the Systems Lab Live, each and every week, we intersect and we talk about people, technology, and operations. And so today we are excited. What's going on, Avery? I hope you are well. And we got some good stuff in store. It's going to be a show and tell edition. I always like a good show and tell, people, because this is where we're just going to go straight in and talking about workflows. Last week, and I want to say there may have been a little bit of like I don't know what you want to call it, like what's the word? I think it got a little choppy. I know one weird thing happened is I almost deleted part of a workflow. So I want to walk you through that workflow, and then I want to talk to you about some apps and some things. We finished also, I did about 3 weeks of a report. Loom. It was called wait a minute. It was a Loom report. It was called the mind your communication gap report. I like to do things where I will bring some data, some reports and some things, and then bring them to your attention. I don't have that tonight, but possibly next week when we launch a brand new theme for the month. And yeah, that's what we do here. So tell me, let's talk about where you're from, where are you tuning in from, what projects are you working on this week. I was fortunate enough to be at the Make Your Mark Live conference, hosted by Jordan Gill. Met a lot of really cool peeps that I've been in coaching programs with. I told someone, I said, let me make it real simple about what I do. Because some people are still like, what do you do exactly? So I tell people this, there's two sides of the coin. Teaching, training, and equipping project leaders to be able to lead, manage, and build sustainable programs, projects, and initiatives. And then on the other side of the coin, consulting with organizations and teams about how they can build projects and manage them well. Some of them are unprecedented. Some of them are, client projects and things of that nature. But a lot of what I do, what I said at the end of the day, is helping and equipping and empowering people to do the work well. Okay? It's all about doing this work well. How's that sound, people? How does that sound? You may be thinking to yourself, Ashley, looks like you had 2 separate drinks. I thought I had a lot of tea in here, which I don't, which I didn't want to be just looking like I was chugging the tea. All right. And then secondly, I have some water over here. So there's that. Okay. Thank you so much. I am doing well, Avery. Very good to see you. So that's yeah. So Make Your Mark Live was off the chain. I enjoyed it a lot. Got to connect with a lot of different people. And so, with that said, though, when I make that statement of doing work well, I really do mean it. I think that we're in a day and age where, you know, it's not just the processes that matter, right? Of course, there is lots of really great and talented coaches and service providers that are really overhauling systems and helping people become efficient and automating almost your entire business and life so that you can just, not work on your business, and you can go work on other things. And that's so it's important, right? I think it's really important. But I was saying in my Instagram stories today, one of the things I was saying was, what about what about the fact that we need to learn how to do our work well? How about that? What is the criteria that you may have, or maybe you don't have, when it comes to the quality and the standard of doing your work? Yes, we automate. Yes, we have processes and systems. But what really makes your work great? What really makes your work better than the rest? Okay, if we wanted to put a little competitive edge to it. Out of anything that you see, or if someone were to walk across the street and see a project, a program, an initiative, something, or something that comes across their email, how do you rate, or what's the criteria that you have to say this is excellent work? Do we have a way that we can evaluate the quality of our work? Hmm? And that's something that, I mean, if we're talking textbook project management 101, we have like quality standards and quality management, and all of that, and we can dive into that another time. But to break it down into very simple pieces, the concept of all of that is ensuring that what's being produced is actually of quality based upon what the requirements are in that was set forth in the beginning. You are essentially saying, when you are turning something in or launching something, that your stamp on it, whether you are doing it or not, the stamp is saying this is quality. I don't think we think enough about the quality of our work. Huh? I just wanted to put that out there. I just wanted to, it's ensuring, this aspect of ensuring from conception all the way to execution. Okay? Practically speaking, that the quality of what you're producing is measuring up to the standards. So we will, like I said, there's so much to it. If you start off bad, you're going to there's a. That's what you need to do. If you start off bad, you're going to. Hold on one second, y'all. Don't mind me, y'all. Don't mind me. You know what happens? Sometimes these little electronics. Boop, 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 boop. But we know we're just gonna get up in the live stream. Okay, so we're gonna get to it because we're gonna go hard in the paint till about 9. But we're gonna talk about content workflows. I'm excited. I'm gonna get into my whimsical flow. Let me get into this right here. Yeah, the podcast one. Let's go into that one. Um, Last time something way scary happened, and I for whatever reason it was deleted. Um, so I want to talk to you all here and share this screen. We're going to do that. I'm going to share the screen. Those of you that are listening, you all should be able to follow. You all should be able to follow. So, the reason why we have workflows, I am going to zoom in a little bit more. I want to kind of talk about process and some notes and things, but the reason why workflows are so important, especially for the content workflows, and in the case of putting together your podcast, you want to think about the efficiency that you can achieve through putting together a series of steps and activities that are less manual and that are going to help you get to your goal more efficiently, sometimes even more quickly, less burdensome. And so that's what workflows do. They make the work more seamless. You can collaborate better. It takes less time. It reduces inefficiency. So when we talk about our podcast workflow, many people are podding it up. Shout out to the folks that are podding. Conversations with Ask Ash launched November 2021. Will be coming up on 2 years, 6 seasons. I have a season format. As you see right here, I have some notes up here, right? Where it says Ashley plans future season a month or two ahead. A list is created in Google Docs. And this is great because we're going to update this on the fly. And my friends, this is really a combination of, and I'm actually going to plans future season inside of, or maybe say plans future season using Coda and ClickUp. Okay. And the whole premise behind the season format is because full-time career, doing all the things between church, volunteering, all these things that you see right here, we got to be able to be practical about the time that we have, right? You got somebody that's in the gym a lot, exercising. I'm in month 3 of weight training class. So your girl is lifting. We're doing squats. We're doing lunges. We're doing all these things. We got a lot of activity. I am up very early between that and, morning routine of praise and worship, doing all these types of things. I had to figure out a way in which I could efficiently work on the podcast, record it, and start to look at what needs to be outsourced. Okay. I'm going to slide this over. And so that was one of the things that I wanted to do, right? I wanted to see some outsourcing for when I have a what do you call a podcast season where I have guests and things, right? I wanted to see about tracking the responses, the follow up, show notes, podcast audiograms, carousels. Many of you are probably thinking, well, it's simple, Ash. Just use AI. Well, friends, that is one solution. That is one solution. That is one step that can take place. Not going to knock you there. But I'm an avid proponent of knowing thy process first and then utilizing the technology. Who's with me? Make sense? Who's with me on that? Because I think that should make sense and resonate with you all. That, what we're doing here tonight is we're talking about what it means to walk through and create a workflow, a series of steps and activities that reaches a goal. Okay. And then we're going to talk about what are the tools that can help you get to where you need to be. Spoiler alert, you also don't have to. You absolutely do not have to automate everything in the podcast, right? So for me, here's what I needed to do. And I want to go from a perspective of my strategy when I first started the podcast was solo season, flip it and do one where I interviewed a lot of people, flip it and do solo season, and then flip it again and interview the majority of the time. So what did I need to do? I needed to have a way to track tasks. So this pre-season setup looks like this. I'm going to plan a future season. That's something that I am going to be doing this weekend, next weekend. A lot of stuff is in my head, but now I got to put it down on paper. Part of the preseason setup that I do in terms of thinking about how I'm going to go about this whole thing is I think on things, I pray about them, I research, I listen, keep the ears to the streets. I don't know if that's, how you should do it, but we keep these ears to the streets to see what people are talking about. The whole premise of the podcast itself focuses on the systems, focuses on the people. Okay? I'm going to share this. This is actually a live mural board that people can go and start to comment on my podcast, my roadmap. So it's public. You want to catch some of the episodes and see what I'm thinking, what I'm about to do. So this is what I call my own kind of lightweight build in public. So the current landscape is that it focuses on systems, processes, and work efficiency. And so I'm looking to focus on the structure of the podcast, its format, and consistency in producing episodes. The future of this is that the podcast is going to be more in alignment with Systems Lab Live. It's going to focus on 3 core themes: managing projects, leading teams, and creating processes. We've got our leadership strategy and our execution. And so this is what the focus is going to be. We're changing a little bit more of the language where we are being just a little bit more precise. So with that said, I said to myself, I know that I'm going to need a way in which I can track my episodes and all of the tasks. So let's walk through this. So I said, whenever someone books a call with me, what's going to happen? Zapier is going to take that information and say, I'm going to take the name, the email, maybe their phone number, if I put it in there. And then what I'm going to do is create a folder inside of ClickUp that already has all of the tasks that need to be outlined. I'll explain all of that when I get to the phases. Okay. So that's part of the preseason setup. All of this has to be taking place. Like this is me checking to make sure these things are working. So let's get into how all of this starts. The pre-production, this is where the scheduling and the guest preparation occurs. So let's talk it out. Let's walk it out. So I do this first. I create the pod invitations. So I'll do this. I'll go into Canva I'll have my list. I'll go into Canva. I'll create a video presentation. I was doing them via audio. And then now I've done them in video using StreamYard. What I love about this is these are personalized invitations where I can do what? I can tell the person why it is that I want to invite them on. So why you saw up here, this is what y'all saw up here. Plans future season, which is let's talk about the theme. What are the goals? You know, who should be on it? All these types of things, you know. And so I go and create the invitations. So I'll do that utilizing Loom. Okay. I want to oh, okay. Hold on. Here we go. Love it. A little sticky note. Record using Loom with CTA link. The clutch link. This is a clutch link that Loom put on here, which you can just like click the button, boom, go to it. So somebody, you know, receives it. What happens? I'll send the invitation via text, email, or Instagram, or now LinkedIn DM. That's how it rolls. This is the more manual part because now this is the way that I am looking at it. Okay. That's the way exactly what I'm about to do. Here we go. I love that. I love that. Shout out to Whimsical. So we're setting it in, and then the decision, yes or no. If it's yes, boom, client books a call. I love how I don't have a no. If it's no, it's just a no. Okay, that's just what it is. But if it's a yes, the client books podcast date via website using the Acuity link. Okay, so invitations go out. They're clicking the link. There's an active campaign email that's automated that's sent out, the overview of the podcast webpage and other key info. Whole webpage. Think about that. I wanted, and that was an adjustment. I didn't even have that. I had the email. I knew that was a little bit lengthy, right? And that's really all that I had. I would do a lot of following up, which is what you saw of definitely something that I, was looking at. Okay, do I outsource this? Okay. So the active campaign has the email. It outlines so the podcast, what essentially what they should expect. Okay. I need to get this kind of workflow. Oh, you like it? Ollie, I'm so glad. So they do the active campaign emails. The web page is there. It's also a web page that's not published. It's like on my Square site, it's hidden. So, and that's for a couple of different reasons, because I don't have like a free flowing sign up, because I do it by season, and 90% of the people that I interview, I know. And so a lot of my time that I do, I'll devote twice a year to the podcast, but I'm also developing relationships, all of that. I believe that actually makes the episode better. I may have had 2 people I didn't really know that I interviewed, but it actually turned out well. It actually turned out pretty spectacular. So I will track responses via ClickUp. And here's the truth and reality of that. Yeah, so I would have the ClickUp list that would have the responses and everything. There is an automation that basically sends a task to me that says, hey, I need you to, update X, Y, and Z. And then there is an email that I send, and this is a personalized email. I do not automate this. This is a personalized email, which I send basically the run of show. I send kind of the types of questions that I may ask. I also indicate that this is maybe free flowing. So even though you see all of this right here, and you may say, wow, this is super, super detailed. And I say to you, it is. But the actual interview itself, I make sure that there's enough structure so that we have enough freedom. Okay, if that makes sense. So that's what I have here. Let me, while we're all kind of sort of just talking, let me bring up this this one right. Let's see, I'll bring it up. But because I may, and I've done this too, where I've literally only thought about their interview 2 days before. Let me see if I can. What does the overhead cost look like when implementing Click? Well, how would you recommend improving the overhead? Whoo. Yeah, I mean, I think for me, I have to look at the ROI of what else I'm using ClickUp for, so I mean, I think, to be honest, you can do a lot with the $5 plan, $5 a month, or is it $9 now? I can't remember. You can do that. I mean, active campaign is 15. No, it's not. It's not $15 a month, or is it 30? Something like that. I think that's what it is. So, but I'm going to be starting back up my emailing. Like, I stopped emailing for a minute, but yet I also use email for the booking of calls. And so if somebody wants to do a connection call with me, there's an automated email for that. Yeah. So there's so how I look at the cost of this is like, and this is it's sort of like I use these tools in many different other aspects. So like Loom can be used for free, up to 5 minutes. Okay. You can even use ClickUp for free. Yeah, you can use ClickUp for free too. And then active campaign pricing. Like I said, I just active. Let's look that up. I think it's $30 a month. I think. Um, and it's only for, I think, the 300. Um, Good to see you, Eric. What's the oh, sales. Oh my. It looks like they have changed up their pricing, but for managing sales automation, lead scoring, task email, content generation. Looks like it's 20. Email marketing. Huh. They must have went up, because I know this is not what I think it is. Yeah, I think, I think That's interesting. Okay. Well, there you go. So I mean, this is a good question. I'm glad we're kind of walking through it so you can kind of see, what's what. Um, a couple things that I'll have to start really thinking through and evaluating is, again, the systems piece. What do I absolutely need, right? Um, for me, there may be a move where I may move away from Airtable. Something that I forgot to tell you that I do for Airtable. Um, and again, some of this may be that you have to start thinking about the data and where stuff lives. So this is, I often will think of things in a couple different ways, like where is something housed and where is it within the workflow. So for me, I'm pretty much obsessed with like information living in one place. Like I want like all my content is in one place, pretty much like my knowledge, like the posted content, all of that lives in one place. I'm doing something that right now that's probably not necessarily efficient, quote unquote, but I'm testing it out till the end of the year. That is, I have all of my LinkedIn content in Coda, and I've built out a whole entire content playbook that has all the operations. But my Instagram, all of that content lives in Airtable along with everything else. So, and that's for, there's a few different reasons for that. But will I let go Airtable? It's possible, but I want to show you what the guest form looks like. Let's switch right here. So this right here lives inside of the the email that goes out. Thank you for being a guest. First name, last name, email, business or brand, the bio, some questions I want to ask them. They got an offer. What's their website? What's their photo? Why is that important? Because what Airtable does, again, I want all of my podcast people that I've interviewed to be in one space and in one place. Let me switch to another tab because I want to make sure that I don't have too many people sensitive information. So let me switch over here and see what this is. Okay. Nothing yet. I think because this is a newer database. So what I do here, this is just a side note, okay? Because y'all getting the for real, like insider tip, but I'm okay with that, to be quite honest, because I'm not sure if this is going on. Yeah. So anyway, Ashley's people and connections database in Airtable. What this means is anyone that I talk to, bloop, is in here. So the people database, that are people that I'm networking with, people that book calls with me. I need a way to know who I've talked to. And I have another base that I created because I just wanted a fresh one. Any type of speaking engagements. Here are the podcast guests. My superphone people are in here. There's a networking database. I do not think that I utilize that at all. These are, if people have any interest in doing any coaching with me, I know I have a form for that, or I will have a form for that. Okay, I didn't create one yet, but I will have a form for that. So sidebar, people. But yeah, that's the whole premise of what's going on here. So inside the contents of this active campaign, email is the web page and then filling out that form. I do a little bit of follow-up with that. Could it be a little bit more streamlined? I'm sure it could be. I'm sure there may be a clunky piece to it. That's why I was thinking about outsourcing the follow-up and whatnot, but I don't know. It all depends. I mean, to be quite honest, it all depends. So That, my friends, this is just pre-production. We have not even recorded yet. This is just pre-production. So let's move on to okay. Let's move on to the production. So this says right here, and we're going to update this too on the fly. I'm going to log into Squadcast 15 minutes prior to recording. So decisions. Should I get rid of Squadcast and just use StreamYard? Questions that I need answers to. So I'm actually going to put even a little sticky here. Do I get rid of Squadcast in favor of StreamYard? It's a possibility. It's a definitely possibility. It's a question on the floor. Okay. So these are just, I just want to put it out there as a real life question. Do I get rid of Squadcast? I've always liked Squadcast. By the way, people, I'm audio only, no video. Right? So for those of you that are using video, you would say you log into Ecamm or whatever your platform is 15 minutes prior to recording. The guest then logs in to Squadcast. And there's a pre-interview chat. Okay. And then we press play and record. This is pretty simple. Okay. Pre-interview chat. Easy like Sunday morning. You're just talking. You're getting yourself revved up. I have had really great pre-interview chats when people have interviewed me and they've said, stop. I feel like you're going to say something really good. So let's just start recording, which is good. So this is a question on the floor for me, real time, that I have to think about. Question on the floor right here is, question on the floor right here. Do I move the Airtable podcast guest form to Coda? Again, streamlining. Okay. Streamlining. Does it make sense? Right. And let me tell y'all something. I really do love Airtable. I think the question is now, do I just make this free and then just test all of this out in Coda? In the coming weeks, I think I'll have a really, really good understanding of where I'm at prior to the end of the year when it comes to Coda. Because I'm going to set up the podcast playbook. I'm going to set up a Coda form, all of that. A database of people, profiles, all of that. All right. That's the production. And really, there should be a little star I'm going to have right here too. Is I should actually put something here where Ashley checks off tasks. And that could be something using ClickUp. Now, I'm a big proponent. I want to make it very, very clear that this can be replicated using Asana and or Notion as well. Y'all know I'm a big proponent of ClickUp, but this works in other places and spaces. Post production. Shout out to Donald the Voice. I'm going to download from Squadcast. And I'm going to upload it to Dropbox so I can send the link to him. He works on the editing. Then the podcast summary is written. Carousels are created weekly, and podcast audiograms. Now, here's something that I did differently during the season is I outsourced someone to do this work, to do the podcast summary work. It was great. He was brilliant. So then here comes this last part is creating carousels and audiograms. So I would use an app called Headliner a couple years ago. Descript is now something that I use. Okay. They have been Squadcast bought Descript. So yes, that now cuts down on the cost of that. Audiograms, same thing. Or I just mentioned that. Carousels, I was doing that for a while by myself. That too can be something that I may outsource. Someone that can listen to it and create some cool carousels. And so that, my friends, is a post-production. And so I would then need to click and check off the different tasks for that. Well, let me see. Podcast guest management. I'm going to show this to you. So as you all can see right here, this is all inside of ClickUp. And pre-interview, I put this in status, day of interview prep, post-interview. Okay. So I got to confirm that the guest has submitted an Airtable form, update the calendar invite with the Squadcast link. And this too may have an automation as well. However, I would have to investigate that. But I would generate the or copy and paste the Squadcast link. If I were, having a guest, I would then research the guest, outline my format, key takeaways, etc. Now, something I thought that would be helpful, but I'll be totally transparent. I did not do this always, which was set up a Canva template. And it's sometimes, but not all the time. So maybe I should say prep for show. Identify 3 takeaways. Send prep email 2 days before. Anybody got any questions so far on this? We'll be wrapping up in a few minutes. But then if you want to join me on Thursday, we're going to talk about this, and I want to get your thoughts and feedback. I'll be at Afros and Audio walking through this very here presentation. It's in Baltimore. Very excited about that. Day of interview. Mic check. Review the purpose and goals. Post, I love it. Post chat interview, or rather pre-chat interview. And then hit record. I don't, and I don't know if I even need all this, to be honest. I'll just go into a series of tasks that I need to do for prep check. And then this right here, post interview. Download the audio from Squadcast. We sent the thank you email, but we have not yet given people Starbucks cards. We have not. Send audio to editor. Send show notes. Yeah, send show notes to copywriter. Upload the audio to, what's that platform? Oh, Captivate.fm. Prepare the social media announcement. Send text announcement to my text messaging group. Okay, so we have a comment right here. So I've been having difficulties with getting everything later out after my video. Should I create the same layout with the video? Yes, you should. You should. Also, I'm hurt that you're going to Baltimore after I'm left. I know. Yeah, you should do the same thing. You definitely should do pre day of recording checklist and then post. And you should do everything what you need to do. You need to, whatever it is that you need to do for these tasks, put these right here for sure. That's exactly what I would do. All right. More questions that people will have. I will pause right here. I think we had a lot to think about, lot to think through. But yeah, this is a really cool one. I'll probably update this and save this. Will I save? I'll save this as a template for ClickUp and whatnot. I'm trying to figure out, maybe is this what the people want? Should I give away something free? I think I should. I'll see what I can do with this template and see how beneficial this will be. Free feel as always. Hit me up. Let me know what you think of this. How does this fit into AI? So this is good. I mean, I think this is where I'm going to go right here, right? I think this is a perfect question to ask, because I think whenever you go, maybe you go into post production, and maybe this is where you start adding in that you send something to AI, right? I think this is a perfect opportunity. This is why you map out these workflows just like this. Why? So that you can go and see where do the tools fit in. So you could do something like right after you finish recording, you could, there's like, I know Squadcast has an automation where the file will automatically upload to Dropbox. I know something can probably be said for some of the AI in automation. Maybe you're taking the file and running it through a tool. I think I may need to hop on a call with you. I love it. But yeah, that's why you map it out just like this, so that you can see where the apps in the software come in. Well, all right, everyone. This has been pretty fun. I'm glad that we have had this conversation. I'm very happy to be here with you all. All right. Next Monday, by God's grace, we'll be here and we will do what? Be back for a new theme. But we will be here once again, and we'll be back. So thank you all so much for your time and your attention, and we'll see everybody soon. If you have more questions, I am going to be running through some more things for Thursday. We're going to be talking about this exact same thing, and then you can bring your questions. So if you come to the PM Monthly Exchange, we're going to be talking about workflows. I do believe I have something for YouTube that's literally on the same page that I have here. Hold on 1 second. Let me share my screen once again, because I think, Ollie, you would find this to be interesting. Okay, this is the automation for podcasting list. I wanted to make it really clear what was going to be automated, and that's right here too. And then I believe I have something for YouTube. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, yeah. And so this might be for Thursday when I talk to others about this. Let's see. It's probably something else. I think I did have something. What's this? Okay. Yeah. So this was something else, but same concept. Same concept. But we can absolutely build some fun stuff out. All right. If you text PM Huddle to 626-722-5444, you can definitely get the link to that. Or I think I also have it here where people, if you don't want to sign up for the text message community, this is also where it's at too. Let me drop it in here. You may or may not have it here. We post it here. This is, and then I'll put it right here. But yeah, that is where, oops, no, that's not. It's really this. PM Exchange. Okay. Without this L. Okay. That's what I thought. This is the real one. Pop this in, register, and then we will see each other soon. All right. Thank you all so much, and bye.